Hello and welcome everyone to the Touhou Fight Night Network 7th Touhou 12.3 tournament. I'm Lunar Spotlight here, and this is day 2 of this tournament. Things will be rolling along in just a few minutes here. Still setting up some last minute things, a few minutes before 6 o'clock Central Time actually rolls around. And I'll need to work on that game music, or alternatively I could start up some other music, actually. That may not be such a bad idea. Testing. Okay. Once again, hello and welcome everyone to the Touhou Fight Night Network 7th Touhou 12.3 tournament. This is Lunar Spotlight here, and this is also day 2 of this tournament. Day 2 of 2. We'll go ahead and do a quick introduction of this tournament as it was on day 1. And I'll go ahead and explain where we're at currently and when. And then after that we'll proceed into tonight's tournament events. The Touhou Fight Night Network invites you to their 7th Touhou 12.3 tournament, taking place Friday, October 5th at 11 o'clock p.m. Universal Time or 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern U.S. Time. This tournament will be held in THFNN's public Steam chat room and is presented in a classic double elimination tournament format. There are 14 people participating in this tournament. Many of them have appeared in previous tournaments, but we also have a few new players joining the roster tonight. In order of appearance, we have Miki200 versus Nicholas in Set A, Jerry Z44 versus Arenal in Set B, Nano versus Zombie Fairy in Set C, Keno versus Bobman in Set D, Sakuya versus Lunar Spotlight in Set E, Flan versus Kramit3 in Set F, as well as Dzap in Set G playing against the winner of Set A, and Zeronic in Set I playing against the winner of Set D. They'll all be competing for a batch of prizes which will be awarded to the top 4 players in this tournament. The prizes we have available include Borderlands, Bit Trip Beat, Snuggle Truck, and Capsized. This tournament, if there are few or no dropouts, will be played over 2 consecutive Fridays, tonight and October 12th. Prizes will be awarded once the tournament concludes. Thanks to everyone who is participating in the tournament tonight, and to everyone else, we hope you enjoy the show. And obviously that is intended for the first day. We're currently on day 2, so should be just fine. Let me explain where we're currently at though in the tournament though. We have a total of 8 players still available for the prizes here that we're offering. First, what we'll do tonight, you can see here, you can also browse to this page. Actually, I can post a link. But anyway, this is the upper bracket here. We'll start at the lower bracket tonight. If we go in chronological order, the match order will be Keno versus Jerry Z44, Zeronic versus Nano, and then the upper bracket will be Dzap versus Zombie Fairy, and Bobman versus Lunar Spotlight. So we have that there. Keno versus Jerry Z44 is up first. Unfortunately, what I'm hearing in the chat channel is we don't have either of them here. So, and apparently Zeronic is also AWOL for the second set that we would do. Nano is here. Or, I know, definitely. Yes, Nano is here. So, basically what standard procedure would be is to wait 10 minutes. So basically what we'll do is move into the upper bracket, see if we have anyone who's available for these ones here. Dzap versus Zombie Fairy and Bobman versus Lunar Spotlight. These are top or upper bracket matches, so none of the players in these matches have lost a match yet in this tournament. Of course, some of them got lucky with some dropouts we had. So not all of those people, not all 14 people that were mentioned in that video actually appeared. Some of them just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. But anyway, Dzap versus Zombie Fairy, excuse me, would be up first. It looks like we're getting an IP available. And then just a reminder to everyone, the Semi-Qualifiers and the Qualifiers are best 2 of 3. And this is sort of to expedite the process, since we usually have so many participants and more matches in that first section of the tournament. After that, quarterfinals will be best 3 of 5, as well as the semifinals here, once we get to those. The finals match is best 4 of 7. Finals match eventually becomes sort of a... It's purposely designed to be sort of a, what's the word I'm looking for, an endurance sort of thing. So if you can play 4 of 7 matches and win all of them, and you're in the upper bracket here, that's great. If you're in the upper bracket and you lose, it actually goes into the second bracket here, or this second match here. That would be best 3 of 5, and that'll only happen if the player from the lower bracket wins the finals match. It is sort of a redemption thing, and that process is done a lot in double elimination tournaments. Not all, but it is a standard thing. You can look it up if you want. Anyway, we're still waiting on IP. Alright, and we're actually connected right now. So we will move over to the game stream. Our players are closing the stream, those players anyway that are still watching, so they can focus on the match at hand. Alright, looks like the match will be starting up just a moment here. Dzap versus Zombie Fairy. We have Dzap on the left side of the screen, Zombie Fairy is on the right side. Dzap playing as Mei-Ling, Zombie Fairy as Aya. And so far, Zombie Fairy definitely has the advantage here. Dzap taking some early hits, as we saw. And definitely keeping the pressure on. Also, for those people who are curious about co-commentating, I'm sure we can set that up later tonight. Just setup in general is kind of a, I wouldn't say a lengthy process, but it takes some time to do, and so that Skype call thing just, we'll figure it out after this match here. Dzap still trying to hang on, doing a little bit of damage to Zombie Fairy, but not a whole lot relatively. I think both trying to keep their distance. Either that or on desync, but it doesn't really look that way. Yeah. We're definitely still seeing a live time match here, so. And Dzap is actually managing to level it out a little bit against Dzap. Or actually, it's the other way around, but you can see their health bars are actually pretty evenly matched. Zombie Fairy has just slightly more health. Doing that distance thing again. Neither one really wants to get into the fray. Mei-Ling definitely has a more physical set of attacks. Aya's got some distance with that B, I think. It's been actually quite a while since I played as Aya, so... the health bars are still really even here. These are taking a bit more damage. Ooh, and a nice hit there. Tried to connect that. That's a punish into the corner. Leveling it out, Aya is doing something. Actually haven't seen that. Gets this hit here. Almost down. And there's the hit. And Zombie Fairy takes the first round. Once again, Zombie Fairy with a little bit of an edge. Neither player really taking any damage at this point. Dzap does take a little more. And finally getting some hits in the corner on Aya there. And Aya keeps leveling up that skill. I'm not really sure what that is. A more experienced person could probably tell me. Although, I don't know, what I'm really noticing is the sound effect it makes. I'm not too familiar. Dzap actually is hanging on rather well here. Zombie Fairy currently has less health overall. And still taking some hits. Playing more defensively, I think, Dzap with a bit more pressure overall. Dzap now in the corner here. Aya does that skill up again. And taking more hits from Dzap. This could be a turnaround. Yep, definitely getting more hits there. Mei-Ling punches Aya into the air, taking the second round, and this is the third round. Still in the first match here of the first set in this tournament. And as I see with a lot of third round matches, or matchups. Both sides are keeping it a little even. I'm a little late on that though. Dzap has taken a bit more damage since I began saying. I with an interesting hit there. Zoomed one way, hit the other. And Mailing actually leveling up some stuff as well, so Aya is not the only one with a bit of skill improvement. Zombie Fairy does have the edge here, but taking a little bit of damage there. Both players still playing pretty defensively, for obvious reasons, though. Ooh, and that was interesting. I thought I launched something there, but it was actually Mailing. Well blocked, though, so nothing really happened. These two still hanging on. Neither one of them is really obviously going down. Zombie Fairy taking more hits there for Mailing, and now we're definitely more even. Both players still very relatively hanging on, Mailing giving out some more damage. And the final hit there, so this match goes to Dzap. Alright. So first match to Dzap here. Let's see if I could quickly get some people here in Skype. Have a bit more commentary. It's probably going to do the Skype thing, so don't be alarmed, it's not your computer. Although that's kind of loud. Hello, Nano.
Hello. Yo.
Welcome back to day 2 of the tournament.
Let me find the IP 1 second.
And in the second matchup here, we have a dual Suika matchup. Both players still pretty even. And of course, Dzap takes some damage as I say that, but...
Alright, but I'm in game now.
Alright, cool.
Just letting it catch up.
Once again, both players definitely hanging on. Zombie Fairy does have a little bit of an edge here. And takes the first one.
And... I might be desynced. Still catching up. Alright, I think I'm back.
Yep, both players here. Dzap with a little bit of an edge right now, but they're still very even. Even the same hit there in the middle of the screen, sending them both flying to the corner. And again, what in the world? See, this is just how even these people are. And their health bar is showing it as well, so this is actually a very fair matchup.
Well, it's the same character, so I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
Alright, and Dzap with a second.
Evened it up.
Yep, evened it up.
Got lots of glorious fireball spamming. Dash C.
I think
and
something
I
happened.
think either there was a disconnect or... Well, my game ended him.
Yeah, same here. I'm just determining what exactly happened. It seems that we're at 1-1, so both players have one match win. And again, this is best 3 of 5, so players need to win 3 matches in order to progress. So in this third matchup here, Dzap is Utsuho, Zombie Fairy is Sakuya. And Saki with a very brutal hit against Utsuho. Zombie Fairy with the first round win. You know what we need, Nano?
Oh, what is that?
We need owls, or whoever was commentating. Was it Zariat, actually?
Zara was the one who joined us last week.
Aha, okay. Talked to owls last night. That was kind of interesting. I think Utsu completely dodged that while that was happening. And we're in Typhoon, so it appears both players are avoiding each other, trying to let it pass. And another hit there. Dzap has a pretty strong edge. Zombie Fairy taking more damage there. And of course still fighting on. Zombie Fairy taking the last hit. Dzap has the second round, so we are tied up again. So just completely not wanting to deal with any of that. Touhou then returns with a pretty decent attack against Saku, taking out about probably a third of their health. A little more evened up. Dzap has a slight edge. That was taken away by Saku. We're pretty much even at this point. The third round, evened health bars. Saki is being pretty aggressive. Touhou being forced to put on the defense, but not quite good enough as Zombie Fairy takes the third round and the second match in this matchup.
Alright, I'm back. So, who is oh, it's over?
No, this is best... Actually... should have done that. You're right, these are technically the qualifiers, aren't they? Actually, these two people are in the quarterfinals, so they are best 3 of 5, which means they need 3 wins in order to progress. There's a couple matches that we haven't played yet that should have been played first, and those would be 2 of 3, because that's still technically in the qualifiers, so... But Dzap and Zombie Fairy is, quarterfinal is best 3 of 5. This matchup between Dzap and Zombie Fairy is Sakuya and Alice, respectively.
Suika and Alice.
Suika.
let's see. So it looks like
Zombie Fairy
Alice
took
won
the first
game.
round there. Yep, exactly.
So if Zombie Fairy wins, this will be his last match against Dzap.
That's correct. Whereas Dzap needs 2 match victors in order to move on. So Zombie Fairy definitely has the advantage overall. Now what's interesting is Dzap has a very definitive lead here. Zombie Fairy with a little less than half health, and Dzap's pretty much at full. It's interesting how this keeps going. It's not really very strongly leaning towards one way or the other.
They're both playing a very ranged game.
That's true. I think Suika definitely has the advantage in range here. Alice does have range as well, but it's a different kind of range. Zombie Fairy trying to even it up a little bit. Dzap was taking a lot more damage in the past 20-30 seconds here. It's actually kind of surprising how quickly that went down. But Suika definitely holding on, still attacking. I think if they remain range pretty much how they were before, just like that actually, where they took the final hit against Alice. It's now tied 1-1 in this match. But again, I think Suika at the range probably
Do we have a
decent
disconnect
strategy.
or a
What is that?
desync? Oh wait, maybe I was below. Okay, Suika just won for me. Alright, so this matchup, if Alice wants to win, Alice needs to keep Suika at 5A range. Suika gets too close. Alice is at a big disadvantage, just due to the ferocity and the quickness of Suika's attacks, especially her jump 5A.
Now I know it's me, and I know you have more experience with playing as Alice, but isn't that attack from Alice kind of difficult to line up because it requires your opponent to not be directly in front of you, but a little ways out?
A little bit, but usually the activation span of it, usually you get away with it. If the opponent knows its activation range, they can kind of abuse it, but that's still very difficult. So Alice can usually get away with using her far 6A and far 5A as effective spacer tools.
Zombie Fairy had a little bit of an advantage there, but it's even. It's going down to the wire, so I have a feeling you're a little bit behind me, actually.
I might be.
And the last hit goes to Dzap. It is 2-2, so going into the 5th matchup.
I think I was desynced.
Perhaps. Alright, the 5th and final match between these two before moving on tonight.
Alright, I am reconnecting. Alright, so we have 2 rushdown characters.
I know Rich Bob's making a comment about the music. They're playing in the same level, which has the same music. And it stays that way unless you change the music manually to random, so... But mailing in Yomu here, Dzap was mailing a little bit ago in the first matchup. Yomu is a new character on the field, however. And I think it's funny, no matter what characters these two use, they still are pretty evenly matched. I mean, it definitely says something when you're going into the 5th match in a best 3 of 5. So... Zombie Fairy, a little bit of an overkill with that card, but takes the first round. Not a whole lot of hits here, actually. A lot of dodging, going over, and stuff. And finally, some corner pressure. Hey Nano, did you ever play Yomu? Like, Focus, or was that just more of an Alice thing?
I am not very versed in Yomu,
Okay.
other than against her.
At least you know that. Knowing is half the battle, as they say, right?
Yep. Ooh, very nice counter. I think Zombie Fairy might be going for a 5-card finisher.
Could be. And there it is, lit up. Not the time to use it though.
No.
Though actually, no,
They already wasted, or they already went back down to 4. And
exactly. Dzap
nice
trying
punish.
quite a bit to push back and get that that round. Try to make a comeback here.
Some fairies being good at deflecting projectiles.
Yeah, definitely. How did that hit? I don't know what that was. And Zombie Fairy.
Victory for Zombie Fairy.
Exactly. So, Zombie Fairy will be moving up in the quarterfinals, moving to the semifinals. We'll exit out of this here. Overall, a very close matchup, though. Entertaining, or at least very, I know it was a lot of defensive play, so perhaps not the most interesting, but overall, these two players are evenly matched overall, so Zombie Fairy happens to take victory, moving into the semifinals. We'll go over to our brackets here just a moment. And this matchup was here, over in the quarterfinals, moving to the semifinals. We'll do scores. Alright, there we have Zombie Fairy in the semifinals. And then Dzap appears over here in the quarterfinal lower bracket. So whoever the winner of Zeronic versus Nano is will fight against Dzap there.
It looks like Zeronic has just come in.
Exactly. Luckily, I was able to get a hold of Zero. I sent him a text probably 5 minutes ago. And now he's here, so it's pretty opportune. I don't think we have Keno or Jerry Z44, unfortunately. Correct me if I'm wrong. Keno, okay. A different name today. Sorry about that. And then Jerry Z44 I don't see, so if we don't have I just want to confirm that.
Alright. I'll be playing Zeronic soon.
Yep. And if Jerry Z hasn't shown up by this point, it's probably not going to happen, so we're about 40 minutes past the start time. Otherwise, in other news, we have an IP up for Zero versus Nano. And actually, while that's happening, I'll go about seeing if
Game is up.
Okay, give me just a second here. Don't start quite yet, if you can help it.
Holler than ready. Are you ready, Lunar?
Just about. I'm gonna have to stop messing around with my audio setting. Dang it! Oh, no, it's still there. Okay. Well, that works.
Ready?
I don't know where my volume went. It disappeared. Well, I need volume control in order for any of that to work. Okay, you guys can go ahead and whenever you're ready.
Alright, starting.
Zeronic's not moving. Well, that's a really boring way to start. Okay, so now that we have both players here, Nano versus Zeronic. Nano is Alice, Zeronic is Yomu. And Nano with a very early lead, Zeronic taking most of the damage here. Nano is rather proficient with Alice. That I do know, so. And Nano takes the first round pretty easily. Just a reminder, this matchup is technically still part of the qualifiers, which means this is a best 2 of 3, not a best 3 of 5 as the previous match was. And really no argument there. Nano taking both matches very decisively. A little bit of a character change here. Yumu has turned into Yuyuko on Zeronic's side, Nano sticking with Alice, and not a whole lot of result change. Nano still taking minimal damage, a little bit. Zeronic at half health already, I think we're about 20 seconds into the matchup. I really don't mean to rat on Zero, but you know, he is a decent player, but I think just certain matchups to certain characters, I'm sure, just get to people. Not to mention, Zeronic isn't the most, no. I should say, Zeronic doesn't play as nearly as often as others do, I'm sure. Yuko doing a little bit of a block, a little bit more blocking, I think. And pretty much trying to develop a strategy on the fly, maybe perhaps? But Zeronic actually has a bit of a lead. And then Nano takes it back pretty quickly. I think Yugo's got the right idea, but doing that in all the wrong places. Too close to Alice, I'm sure. Ooh, and a hit there. Nano, Zeronic evening it up between these two. Still fighting for it. I think Zeronic probably could have done some sort of combo there, instead of opted for, Nano's almost got this. Zero is just one hit away, and there it is. So Nano takes both rounds, all 4 rounds actually, into these 2 matches. So then we'll go back to the bracket here. This is Zeronic
Good
versus
games.
Nano. Yeah, definitely. 0-2. 0-2. Alright, and with that, Zeronic's out of the tournament. Nano moves into the lower bracket quarterfinals. Yep. He'll be facing Dzap after the next matches here.
So I'm up against Dzap now?
You will be. Not quite yet. So, no contest here. Jersey 44 is still not present. Keno will move in. And we'll be playing whoever loses this next matchup here, Bobman versus Lunar Spotlight. Alright, Bobman has connected. And this is actually my match, so I think Nano could do a little more commentating if he wants.
I can. Alright, make it IP.
I think Bobman is doing something. Well, I could say he'll be right back in before macros. That'd be terrible. That'd be not good. We have some side matches happening here tonight. If you're at all interested, anyone out there watching, the Touhou Fight Night Network on Steam is where a lot of people are gathered right now. We currently have 18 people in the chat, and at least one side match going. Haven't really been paying all that much attention to it, but there's stuff going down, so feel free to drop by if you like, if you have Steam especially. This current match here, getting underway.
Alrighty. Already off to a painful combo. So this is the last match for the winner brackets, or last pairing for the quarterfinals for the winners bracket. So far this matchup, Utsu has a lot of direct fire capabilities, while Sakya has a lot of area control and area denial with her knives. However, bullet priority remains with Utsu. Typhoon. Oh, Typhoon's over. Bobman putting on the corner pressure. Oh, game's resets. Saki going oop and reversed. Bobman using his skill, finishing the first match. This is best 3 of 5.
Yes.
Match 2 is beginning.
And of course, I'm keeping side score too, so it's taking a little bit in between. Okay.
So, first match goes to Bobman, 2-0. Second match will be beginning shortly.
You're muting yourself in between, aren't you? Is there a lot of background noise?
There's a little bit.
Huh, okay.
So I'm kind of on and off.
Uh-huh. That's quite the selecting Bobman was doing there. I'm sure you'll see that, well, if you're watching a stream. Nano isn't, though.
Actually, Lucio.
Where am I even?
Bobman's classic rocket dive. First match goes to Bobman. No, first round, rather. Now, Lucio can be very troubling to fight because if she punishes a mistake, it punishes hard. And sun comes up. Ooh. Almost. Very good fireball. Lucio getting away with abusing down A. Oh, this could be it. And it is. So Bobman has won first 2 matches, 4 rounds. This could be the 3rd and final out of the 5. Or
Nano,
will
your mic.
very nice reversal. So reclaiming his first round victory against Bobman. I think Bobman's going to abuse this Typhoon weather. Ouch. Oop. And that is a match win for Bobman. So Bobman will be coming against Zombie Fairy in the semifinals. I'll be fighting Dzap in the quarterfinals loser brackets. And we're going to be up against Keno in the loser bracket quarterfinals.
Alright. Let's see. Would you like to go against Dzap since I just played?
Alright, I'll be up for that.
Alright. In the meantime, let me change some settings here.
Alright, I am connected to Dzap.
Oh wow.
Holler when ready.
You guys are quick. Oh, not that. Alright, I am connected, so whenever you're ready.
Alright, we will begin. I get the feeling this will be a rather laggy match, but oh well.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Other side of the world.
Alright, Dzap versus Nano here. Dzap's on the left side with Touhou. Nano is playing as Alice. Another proficient Alice, and before this matchup even, Dzap was watching the match between Nano and Zero. And he said he wasn't really looking forward to this matchup, so we'll see how things play out. Currently, we're pretty even. A lot of good hits been thrown on both sides. And Touhou has some pretty wicked corner pressure when that happens, so therefore currently has the edge. And that range as well is a bit tiresome sometimes. Alice doesn't have quite the range that Touhou does. So a modified strategy is necessary. Dzap taking the first round in this matchup. And this round's going on for a little bit longer than the other one. Nano has the edge in this one. Utsuho landing quite a bit of damage. Trying to return, does a rocket dive there. And Alice's attacks aren't really landing. Another rocket dive there. Here's an opportunity. And Alice is too close to land that one. Dzap has almost come back from this. We'll see what happens. Just a couple more hits on either side would do it. Here's another opportunity for Alice. Takes it. Evens it out. One hit on either side. And Dzap lands that hit, taking the second round in this matchup. That's actually kind of interesting because Dzap said he wasn't looking forward to it, yet he wins the first match. Second match here, same characters on both sides. Nano with the definite edge here. Dzap keeps taking hits from Alice, and Nano actually gets the first round pretty definitively, even. Second round here. Alice putting on quite a lot of corner pressure there for Utsuho. Missing some hits, but overall still has the definite edge. Utsuho is still fighting back. It's not a lost cause. Although he is taking more damage there. And stuck in the corner again. Here is an attack. Nano dodging every hit. Like a boss. And Nano takes both rounds in the second match, a complete turnaround from the first match. Interesting. Alright.
Yeah, drop that, DJ.
And let's see if there's a character change here. Probably won't be, but that's just my guess. Dzap does play other characters, as we saw earlier today. Mei-Ling, Suika, Utsuho, well, those three were seen earlier tonight, so... And we do have a little bit of a character change. Dzap opting for Suika this time. It's still anyone's game here. Since this is best 2 of 3, whoever wins this match will be moving on, so... Oh, wait. My bad. This is technically the quarterfinals. We're already past those matches, so this is 3 of 5 instead. We're 1 apiece here, so each player needs 2 additional match wins in order to progress. Both these players currently pretty evened up. Nano taking a bit more damage. And I might have a desync or disconnect or something. It appears to be a disconnect. Alright, the tournament's been re-hosted. Whoop. Hey Nano, is your game up?
It is.
Because I can't connect to it.
That's odd. Maybe ask someone to disconnect.
I still can't connect, so...
Okay, after this game we will disconnect and get it settled.
Well, I don't suppose you can, well... In any case, what you could do is save your replay, so that we have it, at least. Just to mention, if anyone is, by chance, I don't know if anyone on the channel has the IP, but if anyone is speccing right now, we ask that they disconnect so that the stream can connect. Well, it's a little inopportune. And I have a connection. Let's see if we can see anything. This match has been going on between Suika and Alice, so it seems to be just a repeat of the second match we saw a bit of earlier. And as we're progressing through the past footage here, trying to catch up, it appears that Dzap won the first round. Alright, and we are caught up, so they are currently in the second round here. Nano lands a hit and gets the second round, so this is the third round. Finally caught up, by the way, in case you haven't noticed, Nano. Alright, currently Nano has the edge. This is more of a ranged battle going on right now. Ooh, and this is not going to be pleasant for Nano. A lot of health lost there. So Dzap all of a sudden has the edge. And Nano takes the third one there. Suika was stuck in the corner for quite some time and just couldn't get out of it. Alright, the third matchup between Dzap and Nano tonight. Still Suika and Alice, and we're no definite lead right now. Nano is dealing some damage against Dzap. and continues to do so. Interesting how Nano doesn't have any static dolls on the field, whereas I think normally that's characteristic. Although Nano will usually do it once their opponent is down, so that they have a bit of time to set up a bit. Dzap trying to climb back. Alice pushes back a little harder. And things are pretty even. We have Calm here, the spotlight providing health on whoever it shines on. But even that is pretty evenly dished out. Keeps going in between. We're still even after that, so... a little bit of corner pressure from afar. Not really, but... this is a ranged thing happening again. Alice is trying to get in there, landing a hit. Dzap returns though. Out of the corner, getting the first round. Suika getting within that range where Alice's attacks don't really hit. And getting even further even with Nano. Tried something there, didn't connect. And Nano goes on the offensive. Suika being stuck in the corner, rolls out, hits Nano all the way the other corner. And now it's kind of a ranged battle again. This is Dust Storm, so... another ranged thing. Both of them are at even low health. Trying to land some hits. Nano gets something in. And that was... oh, did not connect the third one there. I thought that was it, but no. Nano still has a chance. Breaks on both sides, but no one has gone down yet. And Dzap finally dishes out the last hit against Nano, winning the second match, which means they are tied up 2-2. The winner of the next match here will move on to fight whoever the winner of the other lower bracket quarterfinals is. And that'll still technically be considered part of the lower bracket quarterfinals. The fifth matchup here. And the same character lineup, Suika versus Alice. Not a whole lot of stuff connecting. Some things are, but a lot of things thrown that aren't sticking. Nano currently does have the lead, though. Pretty defensive and orb break on Nano though, so it had to fail at some point. Although that was pretty good on both sides, we're currently about even. Dzap with a slight lead. Dzap's trying to get a hit in, but Alice is pretty much denying any of that from happening. The good combination of blocking and I want to say dodging, but it's grazing instead. Dzap getting the first hit, so the first round in this last matchup between Dzap and Nano. And Typhoon unyielding. Alice does quite a bit of damage there, so it is pretty much evened up again. Nano with a very slight lead. Never mind that. Dzap with a very slight lead. And it's just going to keep going back and forth here. Ooh. Didn't quite make that one. Another orb break on Nano's side in this round. Dzap's currently got the edge. Nano with a little bit. Needs to fight back, try to make a comeback, but I know Nano does a lot of good dodging and blocking in this one, like right there. Dzap still at about half, Nano with just a few hits away before. And the KO in the final match. Dzap takes both of them in the last two matches here. So Dzap, unexpectedly, by some, Dzap wasn't looking forward to it himself, but he actually came through and will be moving on in the quarterfinals. Now, let's see. So I need to note the score here. Oh, 1, 2. Alright, we'll move into the next match here, Lunar Spotlight versus Keno. Alright. Nano, you still there?
I am.
Cool. Once again, I'll be playing this next match, so... Oop. Dang it. Get back out. Here we go, this is Lunar Spotlight versus Keno in the lower bracket quarterfinals. Alright, I have no idea where Nano went to, but that was Lunar Spotlight versus Keno there. And Keno decisively took all 3 matches, so we'll go ahead and note this in the bracket.
Sorry, I'm taking care of a couple things over here. I should be able to commentate next match.
Okay. Well, I'm not playing any more matches for the rest of the tournament, so I can do that too.
So next up is
Keno versus
Keno
Dzap.
Dzap.
Yes. And unfortunately we don't really have a buffer, kind of like I did, where we could do your match first before I did mine, because otherwise I would have played 2 matches in a row. When you get towards the end of the bracket, you don't really have a whole lot of wiggle room, so... But that's just something the players have to face with, so... And it looks like the next match will be underway shortly. Over here we have Keno versus Dzap. Keno is playing as Tenchi, just as the last few matches were against myself. Dzap is meleeing. Not a whole lot of surprise. So far, Tenchi is putting on a little bit of pressure. Dzap hasn't landed any hits yet. Whole lot of corner pressure, even an orb break and all of that against Dzap. And another orb break. And a whole lot of blocking, a little too much blocking.
Tenchi's playing a very aggressive game. Of
Yes.
course, that's Tenchi's playstyle. If you get stuck blocking her, what is it, 6B, it can end up being comboed into 2 or 3 others, and that can very easily be forced into an orb break or a border escape.
That's basically what it comes down to. Keno is taking a bit of damage after all of that, though. Not enough to really make a huge difference. Dzap is still significantly less health. But I'm sure he's working on a way to get around this aggressiveness from Tenchi. And of course Tenchi takes the first round there.
Very damaging combo. That was a third of their HP gone. Continuing the pressure. This keeps up. Oh, nope. No perfect Keno. Tenchi's just laying it on hardcore.
Yeah, that thing that happened just a bit ago happened to me too, where I was kind of stuck in the air, didn't really know what was going on, but apparently I was right above Tenchi, and not a whole lot I could do at that point.
First match goes straight to Keno.
Yes.
Alright, Suzuki gets first hit here against Keno. Let's see if that holds. Tenchi forcing an orb damage.
And no mention, but Keno does have 1 round win so far.
So I just a little loud here, so I'm being a little quiet.
This is actually turning out to be a pretty even match. Definitely interesting. Keno is taking a lot more damage than he was before. But of course, Tenchi is able to apply a lot of pressure. And you either take it or you try to block as long as you can. Or board escape. We're actually evened up. Keno taking a little bit of damage there. Suika is playing a little more aggressively. Quite a bit, but... kind of the tone where you force your opponents to play more defensively, and so that takes away a bit of the aggressiveness.
Oh, and it did not hit. Keno takes a second match from Dzap.
I tried to land that second one there, but didn't quite make it.
Alright, third game, no character changes. This could be the last match for Keno and Dzap, or Dzap can change the tide and be in for another 3 matches.
Try to turn things around.
So far, nasty corner pressure and damage. Keno has not been hit yet.
Wow, is that a perfect?
That was a perfect.
Nice. Alright.
It's hinging on this round. This round will determine this and possibly future rounds will determine what's going to happen.
I mean, that's a lot of match history you're fighting against. Keno has a clear advantage. I'm not sure what happened, but Suika last match was playing quite a bit better. But I'm not sure if it's Looks like they're trying to be aggressive, but a lot of stuff isn't really landing quite properly.
Heavy Fog has brought Kinetsu's health back to full.
Yep.
16 seconds.
Yep, Suika is landing some things, but it's just not quite enough to make a whole lot of difference. Still fighting though. Try not to get into an orb break, and there it is, of course.
And orb. Back to pressure. Oh. Oh, and...
Ow. Another orb break.
Just
Hit from Tenchi.
Jet now. That's 3 matches to Kinetsu.
And a rock to the face determines the victor of this match. I'll go ahead and update the bracket here, of course.
That ends our quarterfinal.
It does. So Nano, if you had won against that match where you were playing against Dzap, do you think you could have done any better?
Against Tenchi?
Yes.
Or Kinetsu?
Because I know you were playing as Alice pretty much the entire time, so...
I would probably have met a very similar fate. I might have bordered escaped more, but I don't see myself standing much more positive a chance against that.
I see. Our next matchup is the first match in the semifinals. It's one of 2, I believe. The upper bracket and the lower bracket. Zombie Fairy versus Bobman, and we already have an IP in the chat room.
Let's take a look.
Alright, already a connection here, reflecting on the stream. Being a little more careful to make sure we're actually streaming matches instead of the bracket. But, we are good. I don't know why Zombie Fairy would need to close chat, but... Alright.
Match is starting.
Bobman versus Zombie Fairy. Bobman is Utsuho, of course. Zombie Fairy is Yuyuko. And an orb break right off the bat against Zombie Fairy. Well, that's interesting. I looked away for just a moment, and it seems that Zombie Fairy has an advantage. Even taking the first round in this matchup. We have a sun in the air. Bobman had some good health going there before Yuyuko started getting hits in, even during the sun even. It's a little surprising, because it's pretty difficult to avoid, especially as Bobman puts on pressure during the sun, which is a wise decision from his standpoint. Bobman does have a bit of an advantage. Yuyuko did have something going there, but Bobman might get this one. It's not over yet.
As their orbs are recovering. And nope.
And Bobman does get the second round, moving into the third round. And overall, we have a pretty even match. Zombie Fairy does have a slight advantage, trying to pull something off during Utsuho. What is that exactly?
The spell?
Yeah, the barrier that Uso has.
This name eludes me at the moment.
Well, anyway, you get anywhere near Utsuho, and you take damage, basically, so. Rocket Dive failed for Utsuho. Miyuko does take advantage of it.
Oh, double hit.
But Zombie Fairy got it. So Zombie Fairy takes the first match in this matchup.
This is the semifinals, so is this still 3 of 5 or
3 of 5, yep.
Alright. We entering the second match shortly.
Yep. Still waiting in, they'll be in character selection right now. Alright, looks like we might have a second match up and going. Here we go. Bit of a character change here. Bobman is actually going for Suika. The first time we've seen Bobman do that today. He also did that during the first day of this tournament, though. And so far, Zombie Fairy does have the advantage. Suika is landing some decent hits, but man, Yuko is pretty much in the zone a lot of the time here. Bobman is definitely, oh gosh, that's quite a lot of fire. But definitely trying to even it up. Yuko definitely still going pretty strong, I want to say. But Bobman might catch up. If you're expecting it, it's pretty easy to dodge those fireballs that Bobman keeps throwing. Because essentially, if you have enough, spirit, you're able to block it, and Bobman will eventually run out of that, so he can't do it any longer. Tried to land that, Bobman didn't connect, and Zombie Fairy takes the first round again. It is pretty well even right now. Ooh, and an ore break on Bobman's side, something we haven't seen, I don't believe. Yuko getting more hits in. This isn't even really corner pressure, because Yuko's the one in the corner. Now getting hit by Bobman, however, so that might have worked against them. And Zombie Fairy once again taking the round. Although Bobman did fight much better that time, Zombie Fairy pulled it out again. This will be the third match between Bobman and Zombie Fairy. We have Utsuho versus Yukari. So a character change on both sides, and we're currently evened up so far. A little bit of damage on both sides. I'm not sure what's going on with Bobman, but trying to land hits he can't connect is making his health bar go down. Although that right there is doing some damage to Zombie Fairy. If you get caught in the wrong place at the right time, if you're Bobman, that'll do a fair amount of damage. So that evened him up. Zombie Fairy returned a bit of damage and currently has a slight lead. And using those, doing what Yukari does to get out of some of that nasty stuff. Touhou finally getting some good hits in on Zombie Fairy. Some corner pressure forcing Zombie Fairy to play a lot more passively, and actually Bobman has a pretty big lead in this round. In fact, Bobman takes this round, tying it up 1-1. I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe zombies lost some of their flair, because Bobman is definitely in on the attack. Once again, Bobman does have the advantage. And the sun has been called. Don't know what Yukari can do to get out of this. And then Bobman takes the last two there. So currently, it is 2-1. You need 3 match wins to progress to the finals. 2-1. So Bobman has 1, Zombie Fairy has 2. Let's see if Zombie Fairy can take the victory, or if Bobman can take it out from underneath Zombie Fairy's nose, so to speak. And we're waiting on the 4th match between Bobman and Zombie Fairy tonight. Semifinals, the upper bracket here.
I need to reconnect. I think I desynced that last game.
Okay.
Looks like the game's starting.
Game is starting here. It seems that they had a bit of difficulty determining who should pick what character. Or in what order, perhaps. So we have Bobman as Touhou. Zombie Fairy has gone back to Yuyuko. That did work well for them, so probably a wise move on their part. It's actually pretty well even right now. Zombie Fairy actually, with Heavy Fog, gains a bit of health there. And currently has the edge. there. I want to say it's a skill because, well, it's probably a spell card, but it's a persisting condition. The Zombie Fairy still with the advantage here, taking some, I'm not entirely sure how that happened. Bobman is getting some hits here, trying to level it up.
Nope.
No, Bobman does not get it. Zombie Fairy takes the first round. Bobman did have a little bit of an early lead there. Yuko trying to get it in, level it up. But Bobman has Yuko in the corner, not really by force. Yuko is fighting back now, leveling it up once again. Bobman's got him in the corner, so I mean, we'll see what happens here, but Yuko did have a good comeback, a little bit. Neither one can really hold the battlefield here. There's a card, and the KO.
And
Zombie Fairy
Zombie
takes
wins
this
match.
round, and will be moving into the finals in the 7th THFNN Touhou 12.3 tournament.
Yes, Zombie will moving to the finals, and we have to determine his opponents through the loser bracket semifinals. It'll be Keno versus Bobman. So Bobman can reclaim his.
That's not the bracket. This is the bracket. Okay.
Yeah, let me refresh. So Keno and Bobman are what are left.
Actually, Nano, I'm not sure, but the bracket automatically refreshes every other minute. So I just need to enter in the scores for Bobman and Zombie Fairy.
Alrighty.
Okay. I had to write something down, so we have 2, 1, 2, 0. 1, 2, 2, 0. Alright, with that, Zombie Fairy moves into the finals from the upper bracket. In the lower bracket here, we have Bobman versus Keno. We do have an IP. Give me just a moment here to go ahead and connect to this. Alright. The game is not yet started, which means that both players are not in the same game yet. One's hosting, but the other hasn't connected, so. Alright, looks like we have the match about to begin yet again. This is between Keno and Bobman.
This is once again best 3 of 5.
That is correct. And at this point, I believe it's just character selection that will cause this screen to appear till it actually begins. And we're already a little more than 2 hours into this day 2 of the tournament. Here we go, this match is starting up now between Keno and Bobman. Keno will be on the left side of the screen, and Bobman is on the right. And this is Tenshi versus Utsuho. I think this will be a little difficult to determine, to predict rather, who's going to win this one, because both players are pretty aggressive. It might end up being like what we saw earlier tonight between Dzap and Zombie Fairy, where they went through pretty much all of the rounds for the matches that they had available to them, just kind of going back and forth and pretty evenly matched. Maybe the same thing will happen here as well. Right now with Heavy Fog, Bobman regains a little bit of health. They're about even with Bobman with a very slight lead. And Tenshi is making that up in due time. There's an ore break on Bobman's side. Once again, that's not really something you see too often. I think it's only with the more aggressive players that you'll see that. Actually, both have an ore break. And Tenshi Keno takes the first round. And they're pretty much all over the place, not really sticking to one place. Not a whole lot of corner pressure throughout this match so far. I think both of their escapes are pretty fluid. That's pretty neat to see. Ouch! And Tenshi gets caught right in the middle of the sun. Tenshi's trying to return it as much as they can. And Bobman does take the second round here. This is 1-1 so far in this match. Tenshi with the early lead, Bobman leveling it out very quickly. Doing a whole lot of grazing between that will last for a while longer, so Tenshi does need to be careful. There is a bit of corner pressure there from Bobman. It is pretty even so far, but Bobman probably has the advantage. There's that condition again. I really wish I knew what it was called. Both took a hit there a little bit. And Tenshi is on the well, not really anymore. And Keno comes in from above, taking giving the last hit to Bobman, taking the first match in the lower bracket semifinals. Definitely a close match, and we still have at least 2 more to go. This is a best 3 of 5. We're still waiting for the second match to go here. There's a bit of commentary in the THFNN chat channel, where Bobman is claiming that he's getting worse at Hiso Tensoku. I can't really say that for sure. But, let's see. Let's try something else. So, waiting for the second match to begin between Bobman and Keno. Will be happening shortly. In fact, right now. If I can find a good song. Okay. Keno and Bobman, no character change here. Keno with the early lead. No hits on him so far. Take that back. And I'm getting a little bit of lag on my side. Ugh. Well, this isn't very pretty.
Looks like I'm having a connection problem. I think it's regaining.
So, this match is live, this isn't a replay. Keno current, okay, so we're back. Keno with the advantage here. Bobman's at about a 4th health, but still fighting. We have Typhoon here, so Keno, if they play their cards right, should have... Well, actually, that didn't last a whole very long. Rocket Dive punishes that as he comes back in. Keno taking some hits. There's Aurora, so this could be any weather condition. Keno still with the advantage, getting caught above the sun though. Bobman takes the first round in this match. Above the sun, like that, never a good place to be. Alright, Bobman currently with a slight lead. Keno dealing more damage, taking back the lead as far as damage goes. Typhoon here, both players are pretty evenly matched, and I think what happened a little bit there was just flat out trying to take damage on both sides, or take out damage on both sides. Keno with the slight lead here. A Rocket Dive tries to connect that attack, but doesn't quite make it. And corner pressure here on Touhou. That was a orb break. Bobman is just one hit away. Keno gets that in, and it is currently 1-1 yet again. A lot of blocking here. I don't think any damage has been dealt yet. Of course, it was Sun Shower, but Keno currently applying the pressure in the corner on Bobman. That's a second orb break on Bobman's side. And unfortunately, Bobman kind of has to take it at that point because lest they risk another orb break. Keno has a pretty big lead so far. Keno also has a 5 card available to them. This is interesting. Keno just needs one more hit there. Bobman takes it Wow, and that's actually pretty overkill, but there you go. Alright, Keno with 2 wins in this matchup between himself and Bobman. Bobman has been fighting back, but just not quite enough there to win these matches. We're still waiting on character selection. This is a fast forward through the last replay, essentially. Alright, we might have something starting in just a bit here. There we go. Oh, actually not really. And apparently they were a little confused on the win conditions, so we're gonna try to get them back into the match here. Alright, it's re-hosted. A little bit of a mess up there, but oh well. I'm wondering, Nano, are you still hiding on Skype?
I am around a little bit.
Around. He's around. Alright, so... And this here will be the third match between Keno and Bobman. By the way, in case you're wondering, the music that's featured tonight is straight from the library from Gensokyo Radio. So, if any of this is to your interest, music-wise, feel free to visit the site, gensokyoradio.net. Still waiting on the third match to begin here.
Alright, I'm back. Looks like the next game hasn't started.
Yep, still waiting on the third match to actually start, so... Hopefully this will be the start here. Alright, there we go. Alright, Bobman has actually opted for Komachi. Keno sticking with Tenchi here. And so far for Bobman, it's not faring all that well. Keno, now, Nano, I wasn't watching 100% of the time, so do you know if that was a perfect or not? We're not really sure. It might have been.
I believe it was.
Okay.
I'm bringing it back up now. Keno is putting a lot of pressure on Bobman. So far, perfect.
That's for sure.
Komachi's 3A having this ridiculous hitbox.
Yes, that's true.
Keno trying to get 360 lasers, get a hit. We get our rocks and force border escape.
And it appears that Tenchi, Keno, took the last round there. A little bit of an abrupt end, but I believe all the info we needed was there.
Was that third win for Keno?
Yes, that would be.
This is 4 of 7, correct? Or is that the final?
3 of 5. That's 4 of 7
okay.
is the finals, so. Just a little bit, alright. Man. We'll see how this goes. Alright. Let me switch back over to the bracket here. Once again, that was Keno versus Bobman in the lower bracket of the semifinals. And Keno took all 3 matches he needed to progress. I will input the scores here now. Alright, and then with that we have the results of the semifinals. The finals match is between Zombie Fury and Keno.
Correct. And this is going to be the 4 of 7.
Yes, this match is best 4 of 7.
And if Keno wins, we'll move on to a second.
That's also correct. If in the event Keno wins this time around, it moves into a second match, which is best 3 of 5.
Alright, we have an IP up.
Okay, we do have an IP. The game has not yet started.
Alright, I'm connecting now. Catching up.
This is Keno versus Zombie Fury here. This is the beginning of the finals match. Tenchi versus Yuyuko.
Keno taking on early lead. A lot of pressure. Tenchi's drill rocks cause a lot of havoc.
Keno did have a lead for pretty much most of this, but now it's pretty evened up. And I just
Did we get? I am disconnected. That or the game finished. Let's see.
Alright, we're not sure what the results of the first one was. Something is not quite right. Yeah, Zombie Fairy hasn't moved at all, so... Now, I'm not sure. Why would Zombie Fairy let the first one count? It seems like they weren't there for some part of it. That's how... You know, actually... This is completely desynced.
I'll need to reconnect as well.
Alright, so we'll catch up here. I think Keno and Zombie Fairy themselves, or at least Zombie Fairy, I'm not really sure what happened, so... Just... They're playing another match. We don't know which one this is. Well, at least this match looks... Wait a minute. I was about to say it looks normal, but now it's doing stuff again.
I think it ended on my end. Alright, I'm back.
Yeah, it restarted on my end as well. We're just ironing out a little bit of some of the details here. Seems that the two players may be desyncing, which is why none of these matches are complete on our end, so... that might work. They may be switching hosting, so... So currently on my board, I don't have any match information. They're switching hosts right now. We'll see if this has any sort of positive effect on their connection. So we are ready over here. It appears they'll be ready over there. We should begin again in just a moment. Here we go. Alright, this is pretty much a reboot of the finals match up here. Zombie Fairy versus Keno. Zombie Fairy's on the left side right now. And Keno will be on the right. This is Yukari versus Tenchi. And so far, not a whole lot of damage has been dealt.
I'm going to reconnect.
Alright, Keno, again, taking quite a big lead. A lot of things not connecting here. Yukari is applying a little bit of pressure. Tenchi returning in the corner here. And Tenchi supposedly takes the first round here. Looks like the stream is good. The connection's probably good. So I will take this as real. Alright. And Yukari is forced to be a defensive, backed up into the corner. Tenchi flips that around. And Tenchi still has the lead here. Zombie Fairy trying to get back into it a little bit. Alright, Yukari has a 5 card. Let's see what happens. And it is evening up here, so this could be interesting. That wasn't the 5 card, but alright, Keno with the Wu. Just a slight lead here. Yukari is trying to be a little crafty. The 5 cards up again. And Keno is definitely applying pressure. Ooh, and this is going to be a train not blockable by what Tenchi just did. And Zombie Fairy takes the the other one there. So it's 1-1, Keno with a very early lead. Zombie Fairy already about half health. And just a ton of pressure being applied to Yukari in the corner. 2 orbs broken. It's a tough place to be. And Tenchi just, I think, blocking the vast majority of anything that that Yukari is dishing out. Keno with just a huge lead. Zombie Fairy, one more hit on them and they're done. That is it there. The first matchup in the finals goes to Keno.
Alright, let's see what we have here.
So the first match was fine. It appears that Keno is having some connection issues, though. The first match did go through and everything was fine there, so that one will count officially. It's a little bit difficult to tell because sometimes Steam will do that, and other times, alright. Oh, this one here. So once again, the second matchup here between Zombie Fairy and Keno in the finals. This is Sumika versus Tenchi. And Keno actually taking some hits from Yusuika here. And flipping that right around just after I say that, of course. Keno has a little bit of a lead at this point. Had a bit of corner pressure there against Suika. And people in the chat channel are correcting me, saying it's Yugi. Well, I understand the that from a decorative side, but Yugi's not actually in this game, so... Keno taking some hits. Zombie Fairy is still trying to hang in there. And actually brings down Keno, so it's pretty much evened up here. Actually was able to grab the first round. It goes to Zombie Fairy. Quite surprising. Alright, and here Keno has an early lead against Zombie Fairy. Maybe I actually should start calling Suika Yuki. Keno still got a bit of a lead here. And furthering that lead. And Yugi finally getting some corner pressure there, and that card will hurt Keno. So Yugi actually does have the lead. Zombie Fairy takes the second round, and the second match. So currently the standings are, Keno has 1, Zombie Fairy has 1, and you need 4. The third matchup here, Zombie Fairy and Keno. Still Yugi and Tenchi here. As a side note, Yugi may or may not also be known as Suika, so... There was someone in the chat channel who was heckling me about calling her, or not calling her Yugi. Anyway. So Tenchi... Slight bit of a lead here. There's a bit of corner pressure, but Suika's getting out of that. Might be going to the other corner or not. And there's Typhoon, so this could get a little strange. And Keno is regaining some lost ground. And this is still a very even matchup here. But these kinds of matches, they're always exciting. Of course, these are the finals, so it should be that way. But two of some of the best in that are part of THFNN. This is pretty well evened up. Suika does have one orb break there, so slight disadvantage, but nothing that's unmanageable. And corner pressure applied on Suika. Suika gets out of it. Keno taking a hit there. Zombie Fairy once again taking the round here. And I'll say it again, but these two are evened up, even after all of this going back and forth here. Has some corner pressure on Suika. Suika completely turns it around, getting the second round. Oh man.
Zombie finishing it off with a spell card.
That was entertaining. So I'm told that that orb break that happened during that match wasn't actually an orb break, it was something that happens in the process of border escaping. As I'm taking score and such, I'm not always looking at the screen, so my apologies if I got that wrong. So this is the fourth match here. Our standings are currently Keno has 1 win, Zombie Fairy has 2. And once again, you need 4 to win. Alright, Keno has the decisive lead so far. Suiko once again. Oh, the third one did
nice.
not connect. I totally thought they had it in the bag there. This is still anyone's round. And then Suiko takes it, taking the first round here. Zombie Fairy taking their 5th consecutive round so far in the finals. Now most of these have been very close, so it's sort of surprising how Zombie Fairy keeps getting the win, but that's just how it's happened. Zombie Fairy is actually just holding on here, Keno with the advantage. Of course, with health levels this low, it is anyone's game, and of course Suiko proving that once again, taking the second round. Rather brutally, if I may add.
That is the 3rd match for Zombie, correct?
That is the 3rd match, which means the 4th match, if Zombie Fairy takes it. Alright. This is altogether the 5th match so far in these finals. If Zombie Fairy takes this match, they will be the victor for the tournament. I like Dzap's reaction to the music change. Zombie Fairy here currently with the advantage. Keno. It's interesting how they kind of seem to go all over the place and then they reconnect at one point, whether pressure is applied or something like that happens where they just get thrown to the opposite side of the level. And of course, Keno has been working on getting this more even. Keno with the slight lead so far. It looks like Keno might have this round, breaking Zombie Fairy's round win streak so far. But again, it's not solid. We'll see what happens. Keno just has literally one hit. Keno does take that round.
First round for Keno.
So Zombie Fairy had 6 consecutive round wins before that. Keno broke that record. And this is the second round, with Zombie Fairy taking the edge early on. Keno with the decisive lead here. Zombie Fury is kind of losing their touch a little bit. And Keno might have been able to connect that. Would have been their round, but still in the game. Keno with a very big lead, very big advantage. Keno takes the second round and their second match in the championship finals.
It's currently 3-2.
And the same character lineup here. It's kind of strange. It's not that they're being defensive, it's just that a lot of their stuff isn't really connecting. It could be defensive as in getting out of the way, perhaps, but then you try to counterattack, but then your opponent has already moved. Here's corner pressure, obviously. Suika's really good at getting out of corner pressure. At least this Suika, or Yugi as some might want to put it. Suika denied that one. And again. Zombie Fairy does have a bit of an advantage so far in this match here. And Typhoon comes to play. Neither player really wanting to get into any sort of damage battle where they just hit each other in disregard for their own health, essentially. Sui got a nice hit. Keno just needs one more hit on him. And Zombie Fairy takes that round. Now, if Zombie Fairy gets this next round here, they will actually win the match and the bracket and the tournament, so let's see what happens here. Zombie Fairy currently with the advantage. Yes, this is a match point.
Final tournament.
That is an or break. Just to differentiate and specify. Zombie Fairy maintaining their lead in this matchup. Keno finally getting in some hits on Suika. Pushing into the corner, moving back towards the middle, and then a whole bunch of... oh nope, more corner pressure there. This is pretty well even so far. Keno might have a very slight... no, it does have a bit of an advantage. Keno is gaining the upper hand. Ooh, another road break on Suika. Trying to get out of that. Keno still with the advantage here. That was kind of interesting. It is snow, so losing cards here. Keno does take the second round, moving into the third round for this matchup.
If Keno wins, this will tie up Yibing and be moving on to its 7th game.
That is correct. Conversely, if Zombie Fairy wins this round again,
it is over
their
and
game.
the tournament is done.
It's their tournament even, so yes. Zombie Fairy with the definite advantage here. Zombie Fairy also has a 5-card. Ooh, Tenshi tries to do that. Setting up for their 5-card. That was a perfect time to do that, and Zombie Fairy takes the tournament.
Is over. And a climactic ending to
the 7th Touhou 12.3 tournament at the Touhou Fight Night Network, taken by Zombie Fairy. And quite the ending, I might add. Haha. Oh, man. So, congratulations go out to Zombie Fairy. Of course, we'll go back to the bracket here so we can see the final result. And this scorekeeping stuff's a little more boring, but it is important, because it lets us know where we are. Of course, we know we're at the end of the tournament, but just give me another moment to enter these numbers in here. Alright, so now we have a different condition up here, so... 4-2... Alright. And we're currently finalizing the bracket. Here we are, as Challenge puts it, Supreme Champion is Zombie Fairy for this. Worthy adversary would be Keno, and maybe next time, Bobman. Maybe next time, Bobman. It's kind of an amusing way to put it. Anyway, so here is the final bracket results for the tournament here. Zombie Fairy, of course, winning the first place. Keno would be in second place, and then Bobman would be in third place. I believe Dzap would be in fourth place, and then I believe fifth place would be a toss-up between a Lunar Spotlight and Nano. So,
alright, let me take a look here.
Yep, and then the final results are posted in the Steam chat. That was an absolutely ridiculous finishing match between those two. Of course, as with this board up here, I'll have the replays available online, or at least the ones I know for sure that I have. It does take a bit of figuring out what goes where, so... But, I just want to take another look at this match, because this was really something else.
Alright, thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been a long evening, and I know it's getting late for your EU players. Those in the United States, it's now evening. So take care, and until next time. As for me, I might be getting dinner soon, so take care.
We'll see you later, Nano. Alright, that is it for the tournament tonight. Thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight on the web stream. Also for joining us in the THFNN chat room. For registering on the tournament, for registering for the tournament. And as always, feel free to join or drop by the THFNN Steam chat room. There's always someone in there these days. If you want to find the results for this tournament, they'll be at thfnn.com, so feel free to visit there as well. And for the rest of the officers of THFNN, this is Lunar Spotlight saying, we'll see you next time.